Hey everybody, welcome to this new video where we talk about a particular question where we discuss one or two instances from our lives where we've responded to negative peer pressure. So how have you responded to negative peer pressure? It'd be nice if you can give one or two examples.
I can go. So something that I have felt peer pressure for was drinking. I don't drink. I've chosen not to drink. Also, legally, I'm not old enough to drink, which is another factor. And I've been at parties or places where all my friends are drinking, and they do offer me drinks as well. They're like, "Oh, do you want to try a sip of this? Do you want to have this drink? Do you want to try this? Do you want to play drinking games, whatnot?" And in those situations, I do have the belief and like I have my values as to why I don't drink and why I won't drink. It's not just based on age. I have other reasons why I won't drink. So it's sometimes easy to rely on them, but depending on where I am, if I don't feel like I'm really fitting in well in the party, if I feel isolated, then I start feeling a lot of pressure on myself to why don't you drink? Why don't you just go and drink with them? And I guess the way that has helped me respond to that, like I kind of mentioned, was just reminding myself of why I don't drink, thinking about the next morning, will I regret this if I do drink right now? And considering the possibility that if I did drink in the future, I would want to do it with like a specific people or a specific time, and this is not that time. And although I don't plan to drink in the future, thinking of that potential possibility prevents me from wanting to drink in the moment. So kind of reminding myself of those things is what's helped me respond to peer pressure. A more lighthearted example is kind of when I'm driving with friends. My friends often label me the safest driver because I always stop at a red light before turning, or I do a complete stop at stop signs, and I don't speed too much on local roads, things like that. And they'll tell me, "Oh, you're the safest driver of the group," which depending on the way I want to take it, can feel like peer pressure sometimes to, "Oh, you're the most safe driver, you're not the most fun driver." But again, reminding myself of I don't want to kill anybody right now. I have never gotten into a car accident. I want to keep that record straight. So following the rules does that. And especially since more of you are in my car, I'm responsible for more people. I will be a safe driver when I can. So reminding myself of my values has been a big thing. And also with the drinking example, I just tell them I don't drink, I don't want to drink. So kind of like saying that to them also stops them from doing anything more in the moment. Saying that once doesn't necessarily stop them forever, but it stops them. Every time it happens, I say, I don't drink, I don't want to drink. And it works out.
Yeah, the natural progression of that conversation would just be why. Like, why are you such a safe human being? Or why are you so why have you figured out your life so much? How do you hold yourself to these standards while I'm not able to? So these are just thoughts in their heads. Yeah, it's the natural progression of that. Yeah.
Is that my positive peer pressure on them?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I have morals and things that I hold on to that are dear to me.
I have morals, why don't you?
Yeah, that should be a question. Or even when in the driving example, when they say, you know what, you're not a fun driver, you should just say, you should have like the BG soundtrack, Staying Alive, and then just say, Staying Alive is fun. Like, staying alive is fun. Like that should be you should just wear a t-shirt that says Staying Alive is fun, and then take the wheel.
Oh, sounds so good. I'm going to queue it up on Spotify next time I'm driving.
That'd be good. You just play that on. Don't even respond to the question. Just play that on. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Ilakkiya, like now I know like what a great friend she is because she doesn't drink and she's a safe driver.
Yeah.
So she's the pick
she's
of the friend.
Ideal best friend to go to a bar with. She's the best person to go to a party with. I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I've gone on like I don't drink either, and like with my friends, like I still hang out with them even while they're drinking, and they've all gotten used to it that we play drinking games where I drink water or I drink some juice. So maybe like a few years down the line, Ilakkiya will be playing the same role.
Yeah. Wait, the same rule of what? Just drinking water?
Like the positive effect,
Oh,
the positive side
positive
of peer
effect.
pressure.
Okay. I think she's already doing that. I think she's a ray of hope in their lives.
Wow, thank you.
By
I hope
doing
all my
this.
friends are watching this.
Yeah, yeah. So I think so since this happened in 5th or 6th grade, so my memory is kind of hazy. So I think there was this time where in middle school we were playing volleyball with some friends. So there was a time where just girls used to play separately. Girls and boys, they just used to have separate games. So we would play volleyball or something else, and they would play throw ball or something on their own, something like that. So and it's kind of a situation where sometimes the girls don't get to play, right? So all the boys think only the boys should be playing, and it's 6th grade, right? It's really hard to you know talk to them about what, it's fine if both of them play, it really doesn't matter. So it's kind of ingrained into them where they say it's all separate, they can't play the same games. So I think there was one time where I think I wasn't fighting. I was talking to my classmates like in front of them while we were picking teams, right? So it's kind of you can think of it as the NFL or NBA draft, where like the team goes down to the stage and picks a player. So you can imagine it like that of sorts, and then only the guys get picked first. It's as if like the girls don't get picked at all, right? So they're always at the end. So it was kind of like system like that. And I think I spoke up and said, what, you guys shouldn't do this. And, but it's fine even if you play with girls, because they think that the quality of the sport goes down, right? like we can't play a really good game with the girls. I'm like, you're in 5th grade and none of us know how to play. like we can barely reach the net. How are you talking about quality of sport when none of us can play? So those things that you hold on to from your childhood kind of amplifies when you grow up, and so that may turn into, say, once you grow up, you might just be fine interacting with women and have seeing them as equal, but you might just see another group of people as being beneath you. So they just the girls or whichever population that you see as different could just transform into something else. They could be replaced by another group. So I think this was one place where I kind of responded. I don't remember the exact details, but this is kind of how it went. And there was another time in high school where I didn't really like when the students made fun of the teachers, like in a very crass manner. So they used to just make fun of the teacher in front of the teachers. That was just like really, really, bothered me a lot. And I used to pick fights with people saying, why are you doing this? And I used to just want to punch them in the face. Like those were like the times where I really wanted to like punch people and get into like fights, but I never did that. So those are things where I really wanted to do things. But so in situations like that, sometimes you don't know how to handle when your kids like peer pressure. So and you don't have to feel bad about it if you fell into the peer pressure. Like there should be no shame if you're kind of in that recovery process. So I think there should be shame, and your pride or things like that shouldn't be tied into peer pressure. So yeah, these are two examples that I kind of had in mind when this question popped up.
I enjoy how righteous Vyaas was and not letting peers who were doing negative things just continue on with their harmful behaviors. He would say something. That is more of what we need in the society. And I'm pretty sure you still do that in your day-to-day life in different scenarios. So that is spectacular.
Thank you. I try. It's a glowing comments. So thank you.
I feel like the question you guys are both answering is why you guys are like the best people in the world, or like why you guys are great friends.
That's
And
true.
now when I want to
we want
What are
you
your
to answer.
weaknesses?
Yeah, we want you to answer the question by saying, what, I fell into this. It's kind of like a sandwich method where both of us talk about how awesome we are, and then you just talk about how you fell into peer pressure. Like that's what we.
That actually works well.
Yeah.
That actually works well because that was the kind of example I was going for. Because the peer pressure I got into was like in sports with, I learned a lot about, I got into cricket because of peer pressure from like, people in my family, my brother, my grandfather and everyone. And then I got into
He's
football
next to
because
you.
of my friends.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got into football because of my friends, and I learned a lot about football through that, and I'm actually very thankful to it. But like because I still have those interests and I still follow them, and it acts as great conversations with my friends as well. Whereas in those days, like instead of studying, I would be doing these things, and it can be seen as like a negative peer pressure then. But what did I do? I totally gave in. I totally just like followed the peer pressure, and I came out great. How about that?
I mean, that was positive peer pressure in terms of it didn't negatively like cause any pain to you, maybe other than time loss.
Wait, you're just watching a sport. How much harm could that happen? Like, what's the worst case scenario of a person watching a sport or getting into sports because of peer pressure? I don't think there's any negative impact to that.
I mean, the one I mentioned
I wasn't really studying a lot much.
Yeah. Okay.
The one I mentioned like a few videos back, if you could get like totally addicted to the sport, I don't think that's so much the case for watching, but maybe if you were playing, and you just made that your entire life goal and to the point where you just didn't care about anything else, that would be problematic. But again, peer pressure might not be the only thing at that point. That's like the way you took the peer pressure and how you've acted on it. Maybe am I victim blaming? I don't know.
Yeah, sports is such a winner take all situation. Like it'd be very hard to find a field where the people that we see on TV, right, or the names that we can recall off the top of our head, all of them are crazy, right? So they are not normal human beings. Like they are not the average person you see on the street. Because they have this kind of dedication, and to us, if we talk to them, they would seem crazy. Or 20 years ago, when they had these lofty goals, they would seem crazy. So it's kind of interesting. So it's a winner takes all game, and you don't see the guy who's like number 500 in tennis. Like no one talks about him. But yeah, so.
But anyway, the point is, there are multiple ways to respond to peer pressure. Sometimes it's giving in and learning later that it was not really such a bad peer pressure. But other times it's standing up for yourself because it is like a pretty bad thing, and the right thing to do is standing up. So what are you going to do, and what are some peer pressures that you've had? So tell us in the comments, and with that, we'll end this conversation and have a great day.
Oh, you're still here? Well, thanks for getting to the end of the video. Hey, while you're still here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get new updates when we post videos. Also, make sure to check out these equally exciting videos as well. Have you pressed it yet? Come on, you have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, press it now!